All right, for number 15, it says the expression, and they give you an expression here, is equal to one of these things. So there's no variables, so use your calculator. So I'm going to go straight to my calculator. I want to show you two different things though. I already typed these in. If you type it in straight like this, then you're going to get 28. What you see is not one of the answers. You have to put it in parentheses when you have multiple things happening. So you have to put like the top, the numerator in parentheses, and the denominator in parentheses with that division sign in between. So you're going to want to do it like this, and you get 4. If you want to do this by hand, you can. It's actually pretty simple, which is 6 divided by 3 would be 2. And then square root of 28 divided by 7. 28 divided by 7 is 4. So this would be the square root of 4. So you would have 2 square root 4. The square root of 4 turns into 2. And so you would have 2 times 2, which is 4. So 2 times 2 would give you 4. So that's where your answer 4 comes from. You can do it either way. If one is faster for you, then you can do it that way. For number 16, it says, in the figure below, ZW intersects VZ at Y. So we know that they intersect right there. The measure of XYV is this, and the measure of ZYW is that. So they're talking about this angle and this angle. It says, what's the measure of XYZ? So XYZ. So they want to know this angle over here. So we need to figure out what X is so that we can solve for the whole thing. So I know that these two angles across from each other must be equal, like this, must be equal to 4x minus 6. So I'm going to add 6 over here, subtract 3x over here. I get 11 equals 4 minus 3 is just 1x. So x equals 11. So if I put that 11 back in here, I'm going to get 3 times 11 plus 5 is 11, 33, plus 5 is 38. So this right here is 38. I could plug this 11 back in there, but it's going to be the same thing, 38 right here. So then I know this is a straight line, right? And it's all straight lines add up to 180, right? And I already know this part of it, this little baby part, is 38. So I'm going to subtract 38 from it. So I get 180 minus 38. It's going to give me 142. So I know that measure over there is 142. J. You could have also said, I know the whole thing is 360. So another way to do this would be to say, like, the whole thing is 360. I already know 38 and 38. So subtract 38, subtract 38. So I get 360 minus 38 minus 38. I get 284. And I know that that's these two angles right here. So I'm going to divide by 2. And I get 142, which is the same answer, J. That is 16. So number 17 says, the table below shows the letter grades 60 students earned on the final exam. The highest possible grade is an A, and the lowest possible is an F. So all these students together, there are 60 students. It says, a student from this group will be chosen at random. What's the probability that the student's final exam is a C or higher? So we want a C or higher. So an 18, a 26, or 10. So 18 students got a C, 26 students got a B, 10 students got an A, out of a total of 60 students. So I'm going to do this in my calculator. 18 plus 26 plus 10 divided by 60 is 0.9. So my answer is E. If they had had them in fractions, math enter, enter, could have put it into a fraction for me, but my answers weren't decimals, so we're good to go. All right. This one says, for what value of n does the quadratic equation here have solutions of x equals 4 and x equals negative 2? So we need to know what n is. In this situation, I know if that's my solution, then the factor is x minus 4, because it's the opposite. And then this one, this would be x plus 2 equals 0 in this case, because I want to make it set equal here. I could do the box method. So x minus 4, x plus 2. but I know that the n, the last one, is just this one that comes out of here. So I don't need to waste time with these ones. -4 times 2 is -8. My answer would be here. If you want to, you can. We just have x squared, -4x, positive 2x. Those added together would give you the -2, but this one is what the prize, because they're asking for the value of n. Right, so that's the number that I need. Cool. For number 19, it says the circumference of a circle is 12 pi inches. What's the area of the circle? So we need to know the area. I know area is pi r squared. It sounds like area to me. They tell me the circumference is 12 pi. So if I need circumference, I use pi d. So they tell me it's 12 pi. So my circumference is 12 pi, and that's the same as pi d. So in this case, the pi's are going to drop out. And I know that d is equal to pi. So my diameter is 12. Or sorry, my d is equal to 12. So diameter is 12. I need to know the radius though. Remember that in a circle, diameter is all the way across. Radius would just be halfway. So half of 12 would be 6. 12 divided by 2 would be 6. So that's what's going in here. Equals my area. So 6 squared would be 36. We just move the pi to this side. Get 36 pi as our answer. E would be our answer there. Alright, so 2 formulas you gotta memorize. Good thing you have this all. Number 20. 20 says the application for a license plate states that the license plate number has 3 letters followed by a 3-digit number. For example, A, E, E, 1, 2, 3. O and I and the digit 0 cannot be a part of the license plate number. Probably because the O looks like a 0 and the I looks like a 1. So any of the other letters and digits may be used up to 3 times. Which of the following expressions represents how many different license plate numbers are possible? So there are 26 letters in the alphabet, and that's what's going to go first, but we can't use O and I, so there's only 24 letters that are left. It says that any of them can be used up to 3 times, so the first time we have 24 possibilities, and then we also have 24 possibilities for the second one, and for the third one, so letter, 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 and then I have a number here, so I can use any of the digits, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. That would be 9 options because I can't use 0. Right, so there are 9 possibilities for these 3. So I'd have 9, 9, and 9 because I can use those up 3 times as well. So I'm looking for the one that looks like mine. I can see that that is H, and H is my answer.